What's good, Enigmites? What if I told you the Salem Witch Trials was nothing but a bunch of lies? Would you believe me? Stick around and find out. Jay, you know we love history around here. Me and you were known to read. We're known to dig deep. We're known to get into the little wild side of it. And I tell you one of the things that I like most about history, Jay. I like reading it, and then I like catching people lying about it. Sometimes I read subjects I don't like just so I can catch people
We kept somebody
lying about it, right? And we're going to wade into some water today. I wasn't going to do it, fam. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to go into this thing. Today we're going to be talking about the Salem Witch Trials. And I wasn't going to wade into this situation for a lot of reasons. Number one, the paranormal is really not my thing, right? Witchcraft is real. If you're doing it, you're stupid. You should absolutely stop, right? But two, you know what? It's really not my thing, man. I don't like going into it. I don't like stepping on people's toes. Except somebody sent me something. I don't like using the word triggered, but they sent me something. And I'm like, you know what?
Someone actually sent you something that triggered you.
Yes.
That is a feat.
Normally it doesn't happen, man.
I need to know this person. I need to know this person.
Normally I can laugh it off, right? Like, even when people come at me with some stuff, I'm like, not gonna lie, man, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good zinger right there. I might use that in parties about myself.
Right.
Somebody sent me this thing about the Salem Witch Trials, and it hit all the little keywords.
Touched all the buttons.
Touched all the buttons, man. About,
the naughty places.
Yeah, the whole words like patriarchy, suppression, all this other stuff, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, that literally didn't happen. So, today, as we do, I've called in Uncle Jay.
Yeah.
Because he is the urban legends guy around here. And that's what this falls into.
Receipts for this one.
Exactly. Because if y'all don't know it, the Salem Witch Trials and what you think you know is an urban legend. And I'm about to let you have it.
Man.
Let's get into it, Jay. You ready?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Well, so first of all, if you're new to the show, welcome. Subscribe, do what you do. But most importantly, take notes. Put the kids away. I'm going to go through this whole episode without using a swear word. That's the goal for today.
That's the challenge, huh?
That's the challenge. What I'm going to do is, man,
let's see who breaks first.
Every time I curse in a podcast from now on, I'm going to send somebody a free T-shirt. I'm just going to pick a random person and send them a free T-shirt, right? Eventually, I'll stop doing that.
That's going to be an expensive podcast.
I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better. Anyways, if you don't know anything about the Salem Witch Trials, well, first of all, you got to know something about these people called the Puritans, right? And so, like I said, this channel, we actually do history stuff here. We've been on this crazy dogman kick and cryptid kick for a while, but that book back there, the 52 Apocrypha, is another book that we get into. But we also do a lot of history stuff because I've proven several times, beyond a reasonable doubt, the following three things: the Egyptians did not build the pyramids.
The Egyptians did not build the pyramids.
Space is not a void. CERN is the portal to Antichrist, and all three theoretical physicists are basically losers. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, so let's. The second one is new for me.
We'll get to that.
Space is not a void.
It's not a void. It's the ether spelled with an A. A-E-T-H-E-R. Ether. Anyways, that's a different podcast. Has nothing to do with the Puritans.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. So look.
Plymouth Rock,
1620. If you paid attention in third grade, like I did not, and had to read about this 3 days ago, 1620, Plymouth Rock, the Puritans landed. If you don't know what the Puritans were, they were the first. I want to be careful what I say here. Anglo.
They were religious refugees.
I was going to say radicals, but yes, radical refugees. They were so radical that they got thrown out of England or asked to leave and given 3 ships. We'll pay for you to leave, right? And so they did.
Fellas.
Here you go.
Brand new place for you.
So yes, so basically what we call
Mr. Australia.
Yeah, exactly. Basically our pilgrims, right?
Yeah.
So they left England. They broke with the church over there because the church was not strict. They didn't think the church was strict enough.
Right.
So they didn't think the church was strict enough.
The beginning of hold my beer, religious style.
Exactly right. So they left. They sailed across the ocean blue and whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure there's a song for it. They left England. They landed in Massachusetts, right? In a place called Plymouth Rock. And the first settlement they ever created on Plymouth Rock was called Salem Town, right? And it was a port city. I'm just giving you the basic history facts as we go here before we get into the meat of it.
Well, this was a little bit down the road, but yeah, I mean...
Well, yeah. So
the people that hit Plymouth Rock kind of spread and bred and...
They spread out. Yeah. So you had people that formed Salem Town, and then you had some refugees move inland. I don't know if they call them refugees, but moved inland.
Well, there were farming. It was a port town with a farming community outside.
Yeah, outside, and that was
pretty
called
much how they all...
Salem Village. So those are the two things that you need to pay them. Write those down, fam, because those are the two things that will come back to play a part down the road when these things take place, right? You have Salem Town and Salem Village. Now, Salem Town, throughout the years, became very prosperous. Actually became a really big trading port, believe it or not. Man, it's probably some still remnants over there. And, of course, Salem Village...
It's a fairly decent-sized city now. I mean, I've been to Salem.
Oh, okay.
I went to high school up in New England, so... I got a whole story. We'll get back to that.
Yeah. And so Salem Village did not prosper. They stayed poor. They were just rural areas or whatever, right? So... Now,
not purposefully poor though, because they were Puritans.
Yeah, so like I said, they didn't believe in salt or
fun of any sort.
Right?
No fun of any sort.
No fun at all. You just sit there and be quiet and just pray.
Literally, sit there quiet and pray.
Yeah, exactly. And so it developed. Now, that's the layout. Now let's get into the meat of this, right? So what breaks it down to it, right?
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.